Yes, yes. Salutations, salutations, everyone. I'm sorry I can't play the music because YouTube is going to have a fit. So I want to make sure that I just want to, showing is better than telling anyway. Because I want to focus your attention on our next guest right here. Watch her in action, watch her work. Yes, and I just really was so, you know, thrilled to see her up close and personal at Hamburger Mary's where she performs. She is such a phenomenon, and she's one of my favorite performers. The night that we went to Vegas a couple of weeks ago, and if you look at my review of my trip to Vegas, you will see some of the action as well. And also, if you go to my girl Lolo's platform, shout out to her. I'm gonna have her link in the description box as well. You can see more action. So I'm so pleased and privileged to have my next guest in the building. She agreed to come and sit with me and just chat with me for a little bit. So, without further ado, I just want to make sure that I have my bra on so I could be presentable enough to introduce my next guest. And she goes by Victoria Mateo. Here we go. And there she is in the building, like Victoria Mateo. Yeah, I wish I could give you more.
Hello.
Yeah, I wish the applause was more intense because you deserve so much. But I just thank you for being here. I just thank you so much. And you just said that you just did two brunches back to back, so I know that.
Yes.
Are you sore right now?
My feet are, but
Okay,
normally the soreness goes tomorrow after the second double brunches.
but so how do you Let me ask you that. How do you relieve? Like how do you like how should I say reduce the soreness? How what is your routine?
I'm old fashioned. I just bear with it.
You just
Wait
bear
till it goes away. It's just that
with it?
I got no other choice.
Oh wow! I mean,
But
you don't try.
otherwise, sometimes a good old Epsom salt bath
I was
if
gonna
I'm
say.
really 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 sore, or I have a TENS unit. I don't ever use it because I'm lazy, but at home. But I have a TENS unit.
Oh, okay. And what's that? And what's that entail? What is it called?
A TENS unit. It's one of those electro pulse
Oh, okay. Like a
mechanisms that they use for like physical therapy.
oh, okay, okay. Yeah. So, but again, thank you so much for being here. You look beautiful as always. I
Thank
thank you
you.
for giving us your glamour. That you still kept the glamour, so I appreciate that. Yeah. So,
That's
but I
That's my favorite part.
yeah. Oh, I can imagine. Yeah, but I just want to get more into the beginning stages of your life, period. Because you weren't always this fabulous. You didn't always wake up like this. It was you would have some childhood, you had some upbringing, you had some humble
Yeah, I was
beginnings.
definitely not Beyonce. I did not wake up like this, y'all.
None of us did. But I just want to get more into your background. I enjoy this the humble beginnings. I enjoy hearing about that. So were you born and raised in Vegas, or you moved later in life?
No, I was born in Florida, in Miami, Florida,
Oh,
in
okay.
my house. So, and I think it was like a 40-minute delivery. I was in and out. I don't know where I had to be, but
You were
I just
ready.
had places to be. I was ready to go. So,
Yeah.
um,
Now, so let me ask you, before we go any further, I know you had told me that you identify as male, and
yes.
when outside of drag, you're he, him, and then in drag, you refer to as she, her. You don't mind. You're more, you know, flexible
Yeah,
with that.
no, I like to consider myself a transformer. I'm
Transformer.
interchangeable.
I like that. A transformer. All right. Now, would you mind? I don't know if you want to share. Do you want to share your actual name, or no? Do you want to keep it
Oh,
as
well, if you look on Instagram or anything, you're gonna find me anyways. It's Marcos.
Marcos? Okay,
Yeah.
Marcos. So yes, that's and I want because the reason why I was asking is because I want to know more about Marcos. I want to know more about little Marcos. in Miami, born and raised. Like, were you born into a single parent home, two parent, siblings, cousins, just, give me some of that.
I am one of six kids. I
Mm,
have five boys, one girl. Um, I did grow up with a mother and a father figure um, in a very low income home. There was very that had its troubles, uh, and then eventually my mom, she was a single mom of six. So
and that could be a lot. And where do you fall in within the six?
I'm number three.
You're the middle child.
Yeah, the middle child, the responsible one. My family likes to call me the glue because I'm the one that like tries to keep everyone together. I have everyone's birthdays logged in my phone. I give them the phone calls. I was the one who was the big helper in everybody from my older
Yeah,
sister to my youngest brother. Like I was the one, even in the grocery store, going all hands on the
really.
cart. Don't embarrass me. So,
So, I mean, where did that come from? Like, how did you develop that? Like, where did that come from? When you decided that you have to take on the responsibility of, tending to your
I
family in
think
that way.
when a person just born with an A type personality, I don't think you just are. Um, and I grew up knowing that the world is not always the kindest place, and to work hard and watching my mom raise six kids all by herself, amazingly, uh,
Okay.
and graciously and humbly, it really caused me to really have a real big respect for both women and single family homes and the honest, hardworking American like dream of just getting it done and making it work and just doing it.
Yeah, okay, and I'm glad she did it well. So now let me go back a little bit because you mentioned about there was a time where it was two parents in the home, but then you
Yeah.
said there was some problems there. Can you give us your perspective or what what were you told about the divide? What caused divide within the home?
Well, it was an abusive
Mm, oh,
situation on my father's end,
okay.
and it was just one of those things that you you lived through. I feel like we survived, we thrived, and my mom was finally able to be the woman that she is today, and be her true, authentic self. She came out later on in life and is now with her partner, my stepmother, and they've been together for over 20 years. So,
Oh,
um,
okay.
yeah, I'm very. I got a lot of strong empowering moments to always live your life the way that you want to because life will pass you by and seize your happiness while you have the opportunity to.
Absolutely. And I agree wholeheartedly actually. And so let me ask you this also as far as your father goes, has he ever been a presence in you and your siblings' lives at all? Or did he ever had the opportunity to be accountable for his actions and atone for that? I mean, did that ever happen at all?
It did not. He is no longer. He's no
Mm,
longer
with us?
physically on this planet.
Mhm.
Um, but there was really no reconciliation or resolve.
Mhm.
I think I just did that internally for myself and for my own peace of mind.
How did you do that?
Um, just going by that thought process, like, the things that have happened were not in my control, but were not my fault. And to release anger, release hurt, release pain because it was not mine to hold on to. And
Mm,
to live my life as I see fit, and to live, let the past be the past, and forgive him for his transgressions because it's not pain that I wanted to hold on to.
oh, congratulations on that. It's
Thank
not,
you.
you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to hold on to that at all. But
No, and it's a very freeing and liberating
mhm.
moment when you're able to do that, and if you're able to do that.
Yeah, true. And you said that you have a father figure. Who was that? You said you had a male figure before. I think I heard you say that before.
Oh no, no,
That you.
no. The father figure was my biological father, but
Oh, 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 I'm
he
sorry.
was
Okay.
never really, from the time I was probably about 5 or 7. He was really never around.
Oh, oh, okay, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you meant like, like a step. You said stepmother, but that in my mind
Stepmother,
before,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Before you mentioned that, I thought you meant, you like stepfather, uncle when you said male figure at first. I'm sorry.
No,
Yeah,
you're good. You're good.
yeah. But was there any male figure, positive male figure in your life growing up?
Not per se. With my parents, my stepmom and my biological mother, they gave me all the upbringing I felt that like I needed. They taught me how to be a compassionate man and to work hard to treat others with respect. And I feel like the whole thought process of a man should is able to do that, or for another man is it's fine and dandy. But I feel like if your parent teaches you to be a good person, it doesn't matter whether you have two females, one female, one male. You learn to be a good person, and I feel like being a man in this world is being accountable for your actions, doing good in your life, and doing good for others when you're able to, and just living respectably.
Okay. And I'm glad that you was able to, because I know, and we're gonna get into all of that, about a lot of the pushback when it comes to children being raised with gay parents. And and there's still some pushback. And even when, children are productive members of society, there's still, some pushback. So growing up, and but before I get to that, because I'm trying to establish a timeline, I want to be
A lot of
chronological
layers.
about this. So when did your mom come out? How old were you when your mom came out?
I'm not sure, because it's one of those things that my family were so tight knit and very close to each other that it almost just like it just kind of flowed. It was just one day. It was just the seven of
It
us,
just
and
happened.
then
Hmm.
and then my stepmom came into the picture, and it was just like a natural fit. Well,
Okay.
it was an adjustment period, but it was just a moment of like we didn't think nothing of it. It was just this is just who's in our life now, and she loves us, we love her, and that was all there was to it.
Okay. So, and you know what? I'm curious about that because sometimes before a person is bold enough to express who they are and who they choose to be with, they'd be like, oh, that's a friend, that's my roommate, that's your auntie or your uncle. So how was your stepmom introduced? Do-
That I do remember. It was kind of a funny story. I came home from school, and there was just this random lady in our house, and my mom's like, "Okay, so this is somebody who is very close to me. This is somebody I very much care about, and I want to introduce her to y'all. And if y'all are okay, she's going to be living with us." And we're all like, "Okay." And then through time, we kind of just naturally understood, oh, they're together, they're a partnership, like. But it was also that moment of like, oh my God, there's somebody else there. My mom was working two full-time jobs, so there was another
Mhm.
parental figure there, somebody who could help, or understand, or like just it was just another person in the house, and we were all just like excited, and someone who was completely different from all of us. And the one thing I love about my stepmother is she took the time to learn all of us individually, love us all
Nice.
for our faults, our quirks, our everything, and just generally love us as any parent would.
I love that. I love that for y'all. And
And
and,
that
and
was
so let
challenging
me,
for 6 different
yeah,
individual kids. So
yeah, that is challenging. That can be because I know it's individual personalities, individual needs, and so it was no pushback. Before we get to the pushback from the outside, There was no pushback from any of your siblings at all. There was no, reprehension, no, at all.
I
Especially your
think
old,
that it
older
was it
one.
was more like an adjustment period because we went from having just one parent to and not saying that we were self-governed, but my mom was working two full-time jobs, so we were a little bit more independent in a lot of respects. Um, to having another parental figure. So that was an adjustment period. Um, and I think with those times and having some of us hitting puberty, getting into those more rebellious years, it was an adjustment period for all of us.
Of
But
course.
strong families
Yeah, you make
and
it work.
stronger bonds. So
Yeah, so I'm glad that you have that that close knit family unit. So I want
yes,
to, like I said, get more. Did your mom and your stepmom receive pushback? What was that like? Did they? As I know, it had to have been some pushback, you know, growing up, from the community or from or maybe lack thereof, but from outside the home.
you know, honestly, I can't name a moment where I felt that.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
and I feel very blessed to say that.
Good,
Um,
good. Because maybe
it was
maybe
just,
wasn't exposed to it.
yeah, I think since I feel like as children grow up and if they're exposed to a set of circumstances and that is a norm, you don't think much of it. And my mother
Mhm.
always preached to us that good people come in all shapes, all sizes, and all different ways of living. And as long as they're being good and respectable people and not harming anybody, however they live their life is how they live their life, and they should be respected as such. So we kind of all grew up with that mindset, like, not hippies, but like just, as long as you're living, you're a good person and you're
Yeah,
good for
yeah.
others, what you do with your life and how you live
Your
it
business.
is just your own. That's your own business, and we mind our own business.
Yeah, exactly. So that's how yeah, that's how I feel. I agree. I agree. But Victoria, realistically, it's not always like that.
Yes.
So unfortunately, it's not always like that. It should be, but it's
Yes.
not.
Oh,
Because
definitely.
judgment is gonna come. It's gonna come in many forms. But I'm so glad that y'all were able to maintain that united front to where it didn't affect you. So that's a good thing. That's
Yeah.
a blessing in itself.
Yeah, growing up, before my stepmom came along, we were still a tight knit family. It was kind of like even when me and my brothers or my sisters, we would fight with each other. It would be that moment of like we're fighting, we're not talking to each other, but the first person that goes to one of us and says something, we're like, no, and they're like, wait, weren't you
Mhm.
just fighting? He's like, yeah, we can fight, but y'all can't. Y'all can't touch us. Y'all can't talk to us
Right,
that way. Y'all
right.
can't do this or that. It was very much we always looked after each other.
Yes, absolutely. And so now, so you establish, the close knit family unit. You have this bond. You're protective of one another. So, what did you? I want to know like more about what did you grow up within the household doing? Like, what were your favorite TV shows? What were your influences? What inspired all this? What type of music did you grow up around? Around. What did you like? What are some of your memories? Like, did you have like, I'm thinking, like the rice and beans and or just the ices out in the street. Did y'all play double dutch outside? Like, I mean, give me
Oh,
some of your
we were
memories.
very like I said, we were very in a income family. We were very poor, so we were always outside. Like that's what I feel like kids today are missing, the outside. Y'all won't know the smell of outside until you're outside. When your parents go take a shower, you smell like outside. People
Yeah,
nowadays don't know what that means, what that experience is, and coming home when the
she likes on. She
the
like
street lights go, you know it's time to go home.
yeah.
Got about 20, 30 minutes max. You better be home, drinking from water hoses, going to play out in the yards um,
Yes,
or the local basketball hoops or the Boys and
yes,
Girls Club or the YMCA. So all these like assisted programs that we had a lot of fun. We did a lot of things like growing up. We would go to the park as a family, and or we would go to places that didn't cost a lot, and like the skating rink. Um, we always did things as a family growing up a lot of the time until I think we got older. Then the teenagers want to hang out with their friends, and then they're too cool to be around each other. But before all that, we were very close knit. We always did things together. And my mom always preached, family first. As far as like TV shows and things like that, I always watched like documentary series.
Oh,
And I read a lot because I
okay.
wasn't very expressive as a child. Growing up, my mom, she loved the English language. She still does.
Oh,
And
nice.
she wanted me to be able to vocalize my feelings and not just be fine, okay, good, or bad. She's like, there's so many words in the language, utilize them, like melancholy or, exuberant. So it was just one of those things that, like, it made me feel very weird when I was in school because, like, as an 8 or 9 year old using these terms, and everyone's like, what are you
Like, what?
doing?
Yeah, like,
but
what does that mean?
but
Yeah.
I really appreciated my mom for that now because
Yes.
I know how to express myself, and I was a very, very, very shy kid, almost robotic because I always wanted to be perfect in every single way. Um, and being one of 6 kids, it's hard to have your moment to, like, shine individually,
Absolutely.
um, especially when everyone's doing their own thing. So I was the a student one, and I was always in a book. I was always studying. I was always trying to learn something new and why the world worked the way it did because it was just crazy.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, so I was the bookworm. Put it
Oh,
that way. I was the
nice.
bookworm of the family.
Okay, okay. And what type of music did you like? What type, what did you get in? What were you into? You was any music,
I was
any type
born in the '80s, so R
of,
and
oh
B.
yes. Love it. Love it. Yes.
So we on Sundays we cleaned the house. My mom had
Oh,
buckets ready with rags, and we cleaned baseboards. We washed the floors. We listened to my mom's disco, and, like, so music was always in our lives. And I'm eclectic. I love different types, from classic rock to opera, jazz. Like, we listen to all of it. So I think
nice.
that's also helped shaped my drag
Yes.
aesthetic too.
Yes. I love it. I love it. That's why I wanted to get more into that. And I'm glad that you was able to share those type of memories and those type of experiences. So now given that segue, that's a perfect segue into get into the elementary and junior high school phase because a lot of us gloss over that. So I like to hear the stories about your experience during elementary and junior high school because that is such a moment of self-discovery that we don't think about as adults, but it is very important. It is very, very pivotal. So can you, give us more about your elementary and junior high school, like your academics, and did you look up to any teachers? Did you get into extracurricular activities? Like, can you give me any memories on that phase?
Yeah, elementary. Well, school was kind of weird up until high school, to be honest with you. Excuse me, because we traveled a lot, and
Really?
yeah, I would probably be in a school for only, I'd say, max a year to a year and a half, and then we would transfer because we would move to a different place. Um,
Why is that?
uh, we went where the low income housing was,
Oh, okay.
and, like, so Section 8 and things of that nature. So when that lease would be up, we'd find the next place to go, and
Mm,
school districts always change where you're at. So we would probably from elementary school to high school, I went to 13 different schools.
what?
So yeah, it was a lot, and you
Ooh,
always start off as, like, the for me, I was the weird smart kid. I didn't really talk that much to people. I always had the answers. I always was very studious because schoolwork was schoolwork no matter where you went. And that was the one thing that I could kind of gravitate and center myself with, is just
yeah.
hunkering down, getting myself
Wow.
into a book versus
Yeah.
trying to make friends so that I knew that I wouldn't really talk to much later
Right,
on
right. Because you can't,
in
yeah,
life.
because you can't attach. Because I'm wondering, because you said censor, so I'm glad you said that because I'm wondering how did you censor going to so many different schools? Like, how do you adjust? Like, how's that even possible? 'Cause I know there's a lot of children, a lot of people that had that experience, but I always wonder, like, how you function like that? It's like
Yeah,
always,
you think that I was a military back because we moved
yeah,
around so much, but it's that moment of, for me, since I always felt that I was an older soul in a very young kid's body. That was
yes,
something that always irritated me growing up because I never quite understood my peers, um, and immaturity, if that makes any sense. I was just like, no, you got to work hard if you want to pay bills, if you need to get this, if you need to get this. I remember once I had a school field trip, and I told my mom, and it was either my mom give me the money for the field trip or pay the light bill. And I was the one who goes, Mom, pay the light bill. I don't need to go. It's fine. And
Wow.
so that kind of dynamic, me and my mom, I felt like growing up, we had more of like a best friend than a mother and son type of relationship, which was it's good. Um, Now we have more of a mother son. There's more time, as time passes, we get older, we have more time to spend with each other. And as all the kids start dispersing now, I get
Right,
to spend the
right.
time that I want. Or when I go
Like
to
you have
visit
more to
Florida.
yourself.
Yeah, when I
Yeah.
go to visit Florida, I was like, it's my time, and y'all have your moment. I stay at my mom's house. I even go to work with her because she's a delivery driver, or a courier driver.
Oh,
So
okay,
So
okay.
I'm like, I'll be in the back seat, like, hey, mom, let's go. And so
That's
just,
cute.
yeah, because I love my mother, and she's an amazing woman, probably the
Aw,
strongest, most incredible woman or person on earth that I could ever think of.
aw,
And I owe her everything. So
aw. Yeah, I love that, and I wanna get, kinda dive into that real quickly, the relationship with your mom and how special it is, and that's a blessing in itself. So now with that being said, I know sometimes when you as children growing up, especially in a single parent household, you tend some children, especially boys, tend to take on the responsibility of being like the man or woman of the house, and having to sacrifice, certain things, in order for bills to be paid or to look out for the siblings because you said you took on that responsibility, you
yeah,
took that on. So do you ever honestly feel like at times resentful at times, in those moments, that you had to give up certain things or you couldn't really enjoy certain things because um you had to
honestly, yes and no. I was more resentful of the fact that my brothers were able to, I feel like, live full childhoods with that sense of aloofness and wonder and like majestic
Mhm.
amazingness that is being a child, and not having worries or cares because I was so observant and so in tune, and I always wanted to hang around with the adults, and I felt like that was my world, and that was where I belonged. And then you're like, your aunts and everyone are like, no, go to the kitty table. I was like, but that's not where the good conversations are. I don't care about SpongeBob or what's happening over here. I want to know what auntie's doing over here, and who she's
What
talking
what
to this week. Yeah, I want to know the tea of everything. um and so with that, like, as a teen, it started to affect me in a way that I'm like, I wanted my brothers to really, I felt like
like
at the time, like, give my mom more credit, give my mom more, just, you know, put her on the pedestal that she deserves to be on. And
mhm,
so that was about the only resentment. And I moved out early, like 2 weeks after I graduated. I was out. I was living on my own. I was
mhm.
By the time I was in high school, I was working almost full time at a grocery store, and helping pay the bills in the house because my
Wow.
stepmother gave me the good old, um, when you pay bills in the house, you have a say so, and you can say what you want. And that's the
Oh,
wrong thing to say to
that
a
was it.
very
Right,
independent
yes,
person.
'cause you
I
say
got
so you
my
had a whole
booty
lot
a
to
job,
say.
and I said, okay, I'm paying bills. I get to
You got
say
some
so.
things to say. You got some say so. Well, we wanna get more into that, so yeah, you just know how to time the segues and stuff, I like that. Yeah, so you know how to time it. So let me but okay, so, high school, before we get to high school, can you tell me, 'cause you said you was, raised in Miami, when did you move?
I moved actually around 5 or 6. It was right after I was in a really bad car accident. And after I healed and was discharged from the hospital, we moved from Miami to Tampa, Florida. And I
Okay.
lived there up until I moved to Vegas.
Okay, up until okay. So Vegas was your last stop.
Yes.
Okay.
So
All
that's a
right.
current stop so far.
Okay, so now we get into high school. What high school did you go to?
I went to Hillsborough High School, home of the Terriers.
Well, you almost forgot.
Yeah, because right next door was the last middle school that I went, and it was home of the Bulldogs. So
Oh, oh, okay. Those dogs.
So,
Okay.
they have the smaller one, we have the bigger one, but they look exactly the same. Just one had an M and one had an H in the hat.
Yeah. So, what that was experience like? I know you said that you was working part time and had more responsibility, but what was it like for you in high school? Because that's another because we have elementary and junior high school self discovery, and you was moving around. It was it wasn't a set place, but high school was more stable for you, right? It was more
Yes, it was the
yeah,
first place that I got to experience from start to finish in the same
yes,
place.
good, good. Okay, that's good.
Because
What was that like?
it was wonderful because the people that I went to middle school with, I went to high school with. So I finally had um, more substantial friendships, and some that I still 20 years later have today, that I
Nice.
cherish. And I actually was about to had to move from that high school, I think my sophomore year, because we moved about a good 45 minutes away.
Mm-hmm.
And, it was going to shift me to a different district. And I told my mom that I did not want to move. I didn't want to be the weird, freaky, smart kid anymore. I finally made friends. You can't do this to me. She goes, I'm so sorry, but there's nothing we can really do. And so I got my booty a job, and I used that money to take the city bus every morning and take that
Wow.
45-minute commute um,
To and
to my
fro.
to my school. Yes, so that
Wow.
way I wouldn't have to leave my school.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, no, I don't blame you. I do understand that. It's like, look, I'm not going to be keep move. I'm not going to keep doing this anymore. I can't keep doing this
Yeah, no,
anymore.
I
So I
wanted a
get it.
sense of
Yeah,
stability for myself. So,
yeah,
if,
yeah,
and my mom taught me, if you really, really want something, go out and get it. Go out and do it.
yeah.
Don't
So
let
I'm glad
somebody
she
try to do
supported
it
you
for
on
you.
that. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good that she supported you on that decision.
yeah,
Yeah.
no,
So
'cause I kept my
yeah,
grades up, and I was always responsible. Uh, and it was just one of those things. Well, if that's what you want to do, go and do it. I'm not going to stop you. If you keep it together, not and show that you're able to do it, you're fine to do it. And then it was just one of those. By then, she was kind of like, it wasn't even a thought. It was like, if that's what you want to do,
yeah.
go and
Do
do
what
it.
you
You're safe. You're good, because you normally have it together. So
Yeah, right, exactly, and I think that's impressive. That is really impressive. So, like, did you join any clubs? Were you into different type of extracurricular activities in high school? But I know it's
yes,
hard. 'Cause you was working as
yes.
well.
Um, uh, as eclectic musically we grew up with
Mhm.
was me in high school. I hung out with just about everybody, um, and I probably graduated with about 32, 33 credits, which I think you only need like 25. I was just hungry for things, so I did musical theater. Like I joined the drama department. I was in the ROTC for many years. There,
Okay,
I did the orchestra for the first like 3 years of high school.
nice.
Uh,
What'd you play?
so I did sewing.
What did you play? What instrument did you play?
Well, I learned how to play the violin. I settled on the viola because it was a bigger size and it fit me longer, better because my arms were longer. But I
Okay.
do know how to play the cello and the double bass as well.
Oh, okay. But you still know how to play well?
No, that was a good 20 years ago. I put the strings down.
But that is so cool. That is so dope. And where did you work at that time? Where were you working?
I was working at a grocery store called Publix.
Publix. Oh, okay. We got
Yeah,
Publix
yeah.
here.
If for those who know, it's where shopping is a pleasure.
Oh,
I love
okay.
a good jingle.
Oh, there was a jingle? I didn't know
Well,
Publix
not
had a
a
jingle.
jingle, but like a jingle or a slogan,
Or
if I can
a
remember it.
motto.
Yeah, like if I'm one of those like if you got a good jingle or if you got a good catchphrase, I'm gonna
Mhm.
remember, and that's where I'm gonna shop because I remember it.
Yeah. Oh, and so, what was that like? How did you juggle it all? How did you manage? I mean, I know there were times you might have been frustrated, or you had moments where you felt like, the independence. You felt, the sense of freedom, but it's also a sense of frustration as times as well, because you're human, you're young, and so, how did you manage it?
Again, because I grew up so aware and watching my parents work hard, and it just taught me like I don't complain because life could be worse.
Mm,
I've been through the worst, and so right now this is fine. This is easy. Once I get out of here and I'm on my own, there's nobody to hold my hand. There's nobody to
mhm.
make it all better. So why complain about it now when it's still easy?
Okay,
And get my act together, and get the foundation blocks that I needed or that I was already handed by my parents, and just roll with it. Make my own house, make my own life. And so it really wasn't a lot of complaining on my end. It was I wish I had more, I guess, attention as
right.
growing up, but that was about honestly my only complaint in life was I just wanted more attention, and with six kids, you don't always get that.
And sometimes I think with parents, I mean, even though we still want that attention, a lot of times they feel like, we could kind of shift it towards someone else because you being, so strong and independent, you know, um, doing
It was
everything
exactly
on your own.
that.
And like, they feel like, oh, what will you need us for? But no, we still need you.
Yeah,
We
Marcos has it
yeah,
together. If he wants something or he needs something, he'll communicate that.
right,
And
right.
so
Did you
a lot
communicate
of the
that?
times I was an afterthought as
Mm,
far as making sure is he okay? Is he emotionally fine? Because they're like, well, he'll say if he's okay. He'll say if he needs something
okay.
type of
And let me
situation.
yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. What you say? I'm sorry. Was that last part?
It was more like if I really need something, he'll say it. He'll communicate his
Communicating.
feelings. Versus I was very much like my mother, strong, silent, keep it together. Don't show no weakness. Just live life and make it look easy, effortless.
Yeah, so now, I mentioned before that, when start paying bills, you have more of a say. Let me ask you this now, did you have to pay towards the bills or you wanted to? Did you have to?
I wanted to just to help out. Um, I was asked which ones I would like to take on, and it was like the utilities, like the cable bill. And then I took on the electric bill. Then I took on the water bill, and then with work, and then I started paying parts of the rent. So it was a
Mm,
gradual progression. As I saw, like I wanted my mom not to have to stress us, or my parents. I didn't want them to have to stress as much. And if you have six now eight individuals in the house and two dogs and a cat,
mm,
you know,
wow,
that's a lot. That's a lot of food. That's a lot of time. That's a lot of
mm.
energy. That's a lot of bodies to take care of. And I wanted to do my part to help contribute to the family.
And I think that's so commendable of you, but I just feel like sometimes, and no offense to any parents or any families, but I just feel like that responsibility shouldn't fall on you,
No, it
especially
did. And that's where I took it upon myself.
yeah, okay.
And my
Mhm,
mom was very appreciative. It was also that moment, like when I had extra money, um, I go and like, here, mom, go get your nails done. I want you to look
mhm.
good. I was always like, I want to always my mom to feel good and be happy about that, and to feel good, look good, because I'm like, you're everything. But don't get me wrong, I did buy stuff of my own. I had my own DVD collection. I had my own TV. I had my own shelf in the fridge that nobody could touch
Alright.
because I
Nobody
bought
can
it
touch it.
myself. And my mama said that if it's mine and I bought it, nobody else could touch it. So,
True. Right,
so
right.
don't get me wrong. I had my independence, and I did what I wanted to do with my money. So
Okay. So it was like a kind of a flex, kind of like a balance there.
yeah, I
Mhm.
took care of the bills that I wanted to, and I took care of my family in the way that I wanted to.
Got it.
It was never
On
a
your
forced
terms.
situation because, like I said, 2 weeks after high school, I said it's okay. I'm done. I'm out. It's time for the other ones to step up if they want to step up and take care of things,
Right.
um, and just help contribute. Because I'm like, why not?
Yeah, because I was going to ask you, did they like during the time that you were contributing, were they contributing as well, or was it all on you?
I know my older sister was, because she's 5 years older than me. But my mom always she my mom is just a strong, independent woman, and was the type that if she could keep us all in a big old house together for the rest of our lives, she would. So, um, I really tried not to, as I got older, to insert myself into like a more parental role. I literally left that to my parents to do. And I just
Mhm.
focused on me, what I wanted to do, and I was living in the house. And like I said, for me, I was thinking ahead. So I'm like, if I'm already paying bills, I already kind of know how this works. Already know where to go. And so literally moving out was very easy for me because I knew how utilities worked. I knew how the rent worked with the Section 8, but I got, my first place was an efficiency. So it was a one bedroom everything. And
Like studio?
yes, and it was difficult. I lived off ham and cheese sandwiches for the first, I think, 6 months until I learned how to cook anything else because I was, as my family referred to me, Mr. Burnett.
Oh, oh, oh.
But
Oh,
I got myself together now. I
you
can
got it.
cook.
You got it.
Yes,
Yeah. So
was
how was
never.
that like for you? You've been on your own like for the first time and so young because you what 19, 18?
Yes, 19. It was amazing.
It was you. Yes.
I was ready.
Yeah.
Everything was fine. I didn't
Yes.
have to share nothing. I didn't have to wake up to nobody's noise. It was fabulous.
Freeing.
But
Yeah.
I did have that's where I had the resentment, and I probably didn't talk to my family, including my parents, for probably the first year.
Mm.
Um, and my mom finally reached out, is like, I want to see you. I hope you're doing well. And I was kind of like in my own little, I'm living my own life right now. So,
Wow.
but
Oh,
then
that's
she's like,
really
do you have
okay.
this? Do you have this? I said, yes, I have. I have what I need. And she's like, do you have an oven? I was like, no, I have a dual Bunsen burner. And so she's like, can I get you a housewarming gift? And I said, sure. She gave me a toaster oven. She came to visit my efficiency, my studio. And that broke me down. And I was like, oh, I miss my
Aw.
family. And then I started inviting my brothers over and cooking meals for them. And they're like, oh my God, you could cook. I was like, yes, yes, I can. So
Oh, that
that's
oh,
where I rebuilt my relationship with my family, was taking that time apart and really growing into my own self as a person versus the
yeah,
collective.
absolutely. Because it gave you some time. It gave you more freedom to self-reflect, right? I mean, it gave you
Yeah.
more freedom to yes. So I
And,
think that
and
that's
and that moment to forgive things, like forgive my
yeah.
brothers for, and forgive myself for being so, I feel like, angry. As teens we're angry about nothing, but
Mm-mm.
everything's do or die and life or death. So getting older, you're reflecting on, yeah, I needed a I had that for me, that was my immature moment. And I and
I don't think it
but
was immature.
not immature, but immature as I feel like I was gonna be, for
Okay.
myself. Um, that was just my moment of like, no, I wanted this and I wanted that and I didn't get it, so I just, I'm leaving type
Oh,
of
okay.
situation.
Oh, okay, I
Um,
got it.
but then I grew my independence, I grew my wings, I grew my self esteem up a little bit more, and but realized at the end of the day, like my mom always preached us, family is the most important thing, and I really did miss them. So
Yeah. Yeah. So now, so all right. So you got your own place. You graduated from high school. What else did you do right after? Did you continue education, or you could just continue to work? Like, where did you go from there? Right after high
I
school.
didn't. I actually got a full ride to a college called High Point University, but I didn't go because my partner at the time didn't want me to leave. And
Oh,
so I didn't end up going. So I never sought a higher education other than my diploma. Um, but then I also realized I'm so fickle. I don't have any tattoos or anything like that because that's such a final thing. And I'm like,
right.
college is expensive. And by that time, I got tired of people telling me what to do. And you're not going to tell me that I'm paying for this and you're gonna fail me based off of
Mm.
any kind of life circumstance. So it kind of worked out the way it needed to, I guess, in that sense.
Yeah. Are you
Um,
able to read the comments, Victoria? Are you able to read the comments?
I don't see any.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll read it for you. Joy Barnes. How you doing, Joy Barnes? They're saying that
Hi.
a lot of people don't understand that we sometimes have to forgive ourselves as well as others. That's what the comment
Yes,
said. Yeah.
yes. And that's what I did with that year apart, just
Mhm.
giving time to forgive myself because there are things that I needed to go through on my own and not have, a whole family to think about.
Right.
It's that
Yeah.
moment that they keep telling you when you're on a plane. Before you can put on your child's mask, you have to put on your own. And I felt like that was the
Mhm.
moment I had to put on my own mask
Yes.
and
Yes.
and be be Marcos for once and not be Marcos and a family of 8.
Right. Yeah. So now you said that you didn't pursue higher education, but what did you end up doing? Like what type of jobs did you have?
I worked a lot. I worked a lot of
Yeah,
part-time
give
jobs
us
because it was
some
really
jobs.
hard for me to find a full-time. So at one point, I had about 5 part-time jobs all at once. I was a
Yeah. At once.
hostess at the Cheesecake Factory. I worked as a as a cashier at McDonald's. I was still at Publix, shifting around from
How did
the front desk to the bakery department. Um, I worked at a frozen yogurt store called Pinkberry. I
uh,
and I was also a delivery courier with my stepmother for her company. So I was
and
doing all
so
of that at once.
so sleeping was never in the work. Like sleeping just never occurred to you, huh? Rest just wasn't
Well,
in the
I've
in the
never really
card.
saw my parents sleep very much, so I didn't think of it as something that was very much needed.
Yeah, but
But
I'm
it
kind of
happened when it happened.
odd. But I
But
know you
making
like. I'm sorry.
but making a life was more important. And when you're living life, you don't really think about it at the time.
Right, right. That's true. You don't think about your body wearing out. Did it wear out?
In ways, yeah, ways that I'm at 38 now. I'm like, your body would probably be in better shape
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
took care of it in your early 20s, but it's okay if you did what you needed to do and you are where you are and you're happy where you are. So it's more life experiences.
Yeah. So do you have or do you still have a regular job now outside of this? Do you have a regular job
This
still?
is my job.
Okay.
I'm
So you
I'm
just
I'm happy to say that entertaining here at Hamburger Mary's, that's my full-time job.
okay.
This is how I make my living. This is my bread and butter, and I get to do what I love, and
Nice.
that for me is the most rewarding thing that I could
It
ever
is.
really
It really,
have.
it really is. And I love that for you. Yes, absolutely. So yes, I'm glad. So yes, another segue again. How did we come to know Victoria Mateo? Where did she come from?
That was a fluke. I would say my friends at the time when I started to get out into the club scene and just experiencing life as a gay young man. My friends, a few of them did drag, and they're like, "I think you should do it. You're handsome, and you probably would look so pretty in drag." I'm like, "No,
Yes.
absolutely not." And they're like, "Why?" I'm like, "It's not for me. I enjoy watching the shows. I enjoy tipping the girls, but it's just not one of those things that I want to do." And they're like, pretty much just peer pressuring, and eventually said, "Sure, I'll try it. I'll do one show." I set a date months in advance, hoping they would forget that the time came around, and they did not. And so they helped put me in drag for the first time and did the show. Said, "There, you got it out of me,"
Nice.
and didn't do it again for another year.
Oh, okay. Oh, you just wanted to try it out. Oh, okay.
No, I
Okay.
just I
So
just did it so that way
yeah.
they'd leave me alone.
Oh
Uh,
no, you were too good. I mean, no, I guess they was not trying to hear that. But okay, but I'm gonna get back to that year hiatus. But when you first did it, like, when did you know how to do makeup? Did you know how to put it all together
Oh,
before?
I
Like,
had no clue how to do nothing. I had no rhythm. I had no nothing. My mom, when I grew up, she used to call me a broom because
oh,
my hips lied. They would say, uh, 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 uh. I had musicality from playing instruments, but there, I was stiff as a board, light as a feather, stiff as a
Oh,
board.
oh my goodness.
So that first time in drag, it was very interesting. It was very fun. I remember being in 16 pairs of pantyhose, and if you know wearing pantyhose, it is not a comfortable experience.
No, I don't
And
like penny.
after like the third or fourth pair, you're like, okay, but 16, I was like a rubber band. My leg went up and down. And I remember by the end of the show, I had my boyfriend at the time cut the toes out because I was starting to look. They were starting to curl in
Right,
and get stuck that
right.
way. But it was fun for what it was. My mom came, one of my cousins came to watch the show, my older sister, one of my brothers came to watch the show. It was a funny experience, and I still have pictures, and I think I have the video on YouTube somewhere. So like,
Oh, okay. Thank you for telling me that. Now I gotta see it. Thank you for telling me that. Yeah,
I
but
was
how did
not
you know? How did you learn? Who taught you? Or who taught you? How did you learn?
like most things you learn by really doing um,
And watching.
and watching. Um, After that year hiatus, the only reason I came back is because I was short on my rent. My
Mm.
phone was about to get cut off, and my friends were like, "Well, you still do have your pads and all your stuff that you did that one show with. Do the talent show. It pays you $100 if you win." And
Oh,
I was like,
okay.
"Okay, that's almost how much I'm short on rent." So I said, "Let's just try it. Let's
Wow.
let's let's do it." I won the talent show that night, and I won enough money in tips to pay my cell phone bill. The next week, I said, "Shoot, let's do it again." And I kept winning. And I found that I was no longer doing it for the money that I was making or just that, but I was enjoying what I was doing. And everyone, being that kid that's, kind of on the back burner of six, you get that sense of euphoria that everyone's looking at you,
Yes,
everyone
yes,
you're all this attention, you're so beautiful, you're so talented, you're so
yes.
this, you're so that, and you get hooked to that feeling of like, oh my god, people are actually looking at me in a positive way. So 16 years went by. Here
Wow,
I am.
amazing. That is amazing, Victoria. And so now, how did you learn? Because you said you were stiff as a board. So how did you learn your dance moves? Because you do a lot of choreography, acrobatics. I mean, I was looking at you like, oh God, I was so looking at you. I was just like, but I was so amazed by you. So how did you learn all of that?
Well, the acrobatic parts, my mom actually taught me that
Yeah, I
in the
think you told me that.
backyard.
You told me after the show
Yes,
about your mom.
she
Yeah,
taught me
yeah.
all the flips, all the splits and everything as a kid because I wanted to be either an ice skater or a gymnast.
Oh, okay,
And
okay.
those are expensive sports to be in, and no programs really taught that in the ghetto. So she's like, I'll show you how to flip around and we'll do it for free. And so I just carried that into my drag once I got enough balance and figured out I could do it in heels. So
Oh, and that's a whole nother. Oh, that's a whole nother thing. And I know.
yeah.
I mean, and how did you? I mean, and I know you have the blisters to prove it. Hi, Tukes. Hey, Tukes. Shout out to Tukes. Yeah. So, yeah, it's just amazing. I mean, you just put it all together. And oh, let me ask you this. Can you name a time, or can you remember a time where you just bombed? Or was there a time that you bombed to the point where you didn't get that great reception, from the crowd? Did that ever happen?
It sounds very conceited, but no.
Okay. No. All right. Yeah, all
No.
right.
I was
It's like,
either
well,
always told that
that
you're very
happened.
pretty, you smell nice, you look good. I always had a smile on my face. Even the few times that my wig went flying and was gone with the wind, I just kind of looked as like, oh, okay, and
And you
just
just kept going.
wiggled my way on through the rest of the performance because at the end of the day the show must go on. So
Absolutely.
I've pulled muscles. I've strained myself in different ways, and I will just, I think from my upbringing, would just grit my teeth and smile through it until the performance is done, and then go home and cry about it later, and then I'm
Oh
in pain.
my. No. So wait a minute. No doctor's visits. You didn't see you.
No, because
Yeah.
remember, I was still poor, and I didn't.
I mean, but as you started making money and as you started, being more, you know, um, financially stable. I mean, you have to
The
see the top.
internet is a powerful tool. I learned physical therapy lessons, and every YouTube will teach you almost anything nowadays. So I just said, okay, well, let me just learn a little bit about self care as far as like what they do in physical therapy and stretching and working on flexibility, mobility, and
But you still got to see the actual professional. Stop, I'm sorry. I don't mean to
now
be
I'm
a single
38.
mother right now.
I have been going to a doctor. I do my
Yes, you
regular
do.
checkup, my
There's no
visits,
way
and
around it.
and the
There's
whole
no,
shebang. But I also learned to take care of myself better because you
you
only get
do.
this one body. And
Yes.
until they figure out how to replace things successfully and have me be like, the bionic man, um, I had to take care of this body that I've been blessed with. So
Yeah, so I'm glad you know that. Okay, because I'm not trying to be your third mama now, but I'm just saying, you have to see a professional. You can't always do it on your own.
yeah, no,
You know,
as a
yeah,
professional bootlegging acrobatist, I
yeah,
no, no, I have to take care of myself because I want to be able to do this until at least I'm 47, and then I'm just going to be glamorous,
oh,
glamorous and
you
goofy.
say it's-
You know,
oh, you know
that's
what? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm
you know,
sorry.
I'm like the splits and the cartwheels. If I could do it every once in a while, give them a Vicky
Give me a
still
little
got it.
something. You still got
But
is that but no, the reason why I perked up just now because when you mentioned that about working towards your retirement and your goal towards that. How does that look for you? Because being in this type of business, being a creative, there, there is not like regular employment where you have the health benefits and the vision, the dental, and
yeah, no,
the
in most cases
401k and
we're
all that.
1099,
You
so
know, you're right. So you want the
we
401k
don't
like
have a
that.
401k.
So can you give us an outline, like in your own, like kind of give me a outline of how you planning things out, like how do you budget it all, and how you planning that? What is your planning process like?
I have I take portions of what I earn and I budget out for my monthly expenses. After that, I put that away. I do love a good sparkle. So I learned how to do a lot of stuff myself, from rhinestoning, making hairs,
Yes.
um, and trying to utilize the closet that I have, even though you know, again, I do like a good sparkle. So I will sometimes
Splurge.
allocate certain funds to
Splurge.
support
Yeah.
my I like to
Sparkle
think
habit.
healthy habit.
Your bling habit.
So yeah, so it's just about making sure that I'm doing what I need to do, and then having something put aside, in case anything should happen, because this kind of business is not always finite.
Yeah, it's
Businesses
always.
close, yeah.
Hmm.
Businesses close or businesses are booming and then not booming, depending on the season, and just making sure that you do what you have to do. If I need to, then I can get myself a little mini part time to suffice during the time being. It just being an adult. I feel like
Like doing some adulting. So, what I want to ask you, I'm curious about this. How did you make it during the pandemic?
well, because I was very frugal back then,
Okay.
and being a person who grew up very poor, I saved up everything, every penny, everything that was happening. And so I had at least a good nest egg when I moved. By the time I had just moved out here in 2019, um, that I was able to just kind of live off of that during
Okay.
the time frame. But the moment that I was able to get my booty back to work, and they gave me the call, like, "Hey, do you want to come back?" Yes, I
Ready.
do, because I'm running low. So
Yes. And you were ready. Yes.
yes, but all my bills, my car, everything was still paid for monthly. So I
That's
was blessed to say I didn't lapse on nothing because I was so frugal then. Now I kind of am not as frugal. I
but
listen
you're
to
more like
Ariana
old.
Grande too much, and
You're so
I see it, I
mindful.
like it, I want
Yeah.
it, I buy it, because you only live this once. And I also learned, have a nest egg, have something saved up, be the adult in that, but also live your life. If you really want something, go out and get
Yes,
it. Because if you're
yes.
spending all your time just saving and not doing anything, at
Yeah,
the end of the
what's the
day, if
point?
you were to
What's the
pass on
purpose?
the next day, what do you have to
Yes,
show for it?
right. I
Do you
was
have good
yes,
memories? Are you? Would you say that you lived the most? You lived your life to the
your
fullest,
best life. Yes,
and that's
and
what I want.
yeah, exactly. And I was about to say that. Like, what do you enjoy doing? What do you do for fun? Like,
I
what do
love
you
to
do?
travel. I
Uh-huh.
love to craft, which also helps
Yes,
in
yes.
my line of
Can you
work. I love.
stand can you show us what you got on, Victoria? Can you stand up a little bit? Can you show us what you got on? Can you show us what you got on?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, let me see. Let's see.
And
Yes, love
also,
it.
and
Can
also
I?
learn the shop on a dime. This is from
Yeah.
Amazon, y'all.
Is it somewhere Amazon?
Amazon.
Yeah, show your shoes. Can you show us your shoe?
Oh, I'm not wearing that right now, but I can show you
Yeah,
what I
show what
was.
you had on. Yeah. What shoe did you have on today?
Oh, I was wearing many, but this is what I was wearing with that.
Oh, that heel. Oh goodness.
I
Oh
got
my
it at
goodness.
Goodwill.
Oh really?
Yes.
You thrift. Oh, okay.
Oh yes. Especially
Yes,
in Las
yes.
Vegas, you can find
Yes, true.
a Bob Mackie gown
Nice,
and everything, or really expensive clothing dirt cheap. You can get it
nice.
on dollar day. So
Oh, okay. And I love you. I love your accessories. And yeah, Joy Barnes said, "God, it's like gorgeous, a gorgeous dress. Lord, that heel."
well, I'm
They
only
admiring.
5'6", so I love to make myself
Yeah, I
look
love it.
taller and more statuesque, model-esque,
Yes.
um, and just cheat it.
Yeah, I love it. I love the hair. I mean, everything. The makeup is just mwah, chef kiss,
Well, that
everything.
comes from
I love it.
my pageantry background.
What was it? What background?
My
Oh,
pageantry
pageantry.
background.
Okay. And okay, so what did you win? Like what kind of awards did you win your
I've won a
pageant days?
couple of different titles in my good
Yeah,
15 years. Right now, I'm the current national showgirl. Um, I was a former Miss Westland newcomer. Um, in Tampa, I Miss Tampa Pride, Miss
nice.
Tampa Bay F5, um, Miss Fabulous International, a Miss Absolute from
Oh,
from vodka. We
oh
have
my God.
that pageant
Right,
here
right.
in Vegas. So from local to national pageants, I love it all. Like I love the glamour of almost like old school high whore drag with the jewelry, the
Yes,
hair,
I
the
could tell.
gown,
Yes, yes. I could
and
tell.
so I my drag is definitely a cross blend of old school
Mm,
hyper feminine drag
Hollywood.
to
Yeah.
the new school where the flips and the kicks and the cartwheel that they love watching on RuPaul's Drag Race. So
Did you ever thought about trying out for that?
I have several times, but it's not up to me. So any producer that's watching, I'm still
Yes,
interested. I put in my tape every
yes.
year, so no. um,
Yeah,
you
so
have
that
plenty of my videos online, so no.
yeah, there you have it. Yeah, so yeah, so yes, RuPaul, yes, Victoria wants to be on. Yes, we want her on. We all want her on.
So
Yes.
all those YouTube videos where they ask you who do you want, vote Victoria. No.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. Yes, that's gonna happen. We're gonna make that happen. Yes. So how long were you at Hamburger Mary's? Let's talk about Hamburger Mary's.
Well, I actually used to work at the locations that were in the Tampa area. So there was at Ybor City, Brandon, Clearwater, and St. Pete. And I worked at all four of those locations. But when they sadly closed, I ended up moving to Vegas to help my drag mom, Alexis Mateo, move. And since I wasn't really working at the time, because that was one of my main jobs, was working there, I was heckled, yes,
Mhm.
heckled into staying and moving uprooting my whole life and just moving to Vegas. And then there was a Hamburger Mary's here.
Okay.
I interviewed for it. I got the job, and I've been here ever
Very-
since.
And how long you been at this Vegas location?
Um, almost almost 7 years now.
Nice. I
Yeah,
love
I
it,
think
and I
April will be 7 full years.
Oh wow, thank that's so amazing. So make sure like anyone, whether you in live right now in real time or catch the replay, please make sure you catch Victoria Mateo as well as all the other beautiful performers at Hamburger Mary's. If you're in the Vegas area, you happen to be in Vegas, the location is going to be in the description box for you guys. I have their page on there, so please just check them out. I mean,
We have a variety of shows from nighttime shows on Thursdays and Fridays. Thursdays we have our comedy night. Uh, Fridays we
yes,
have
I can imagine.
our
I got to
nice
check that out.
our fun show, and then of course Friday, Saturday, and Sunday we do have our brunches. So come
Yes,
and check us out.
yes, please check them out. Yes, please do that. You know, you're gonna have the time of your life. It will no disappointments, and make
Yeah,
sure
it's a
you guys
very interactive show. It's not something that
very
you're going to
yes.
just sit and watch from
Oh
afar. No,
no.
you get up close, personal.
Mhm.
I like to say arms, legs, and the vehicle to see the position at all times throughout the show because if not, I may mow you over with one of those with a high kick and cartwheel or round
Yes.
off or whatnot.
Yep. So now, yeah. So, yeah, but like I said, thank you so much for sharing that, sharing your experiences, sharing your transition. I enjoyed, I enjoy you sharing your transition. But now I want to get more into your coming out story. Do you have a coming out story? How did you know? How did you first? How did you even know? You know.
Well, as kids, you don't really think about it. It's not until people point it out to you that some of us are more effeminate than others. And I was very effeminate. I was a flamenco dancer. My hands they spoke everything for me. So I was always locked. Otherwise, you could definitely see something was not. I was not like the other boys. My interests were not like the other boys, and it really was around middle school where I really kind of came to terms with the fact that okay, I my attraction is to the boys in school versus the girls, but it was one of those things that I never tried to pursue. It wasn't until I think my junior year of high school that I really said okay, and it was me falling for my best friend and my best friend falling for me, and
Mm.
that small coming together, and then being a couple in high school, and that's pretty much once that relationship was established, then I came out per
Oh,
se.
okay. Oh, so let me ask you. So, for one, when you said that you had more of an attraction, did you ever dip into the lady porn? I always like to ask the gays that.
It just never was one of those things that
Okay.
it just I tried seeing if there was any kind of thing, but it's like no, I just feel like we'd be great friends. Type of situation. It's like I'll be your best friend all day, all night. But feeling attraction,
Right.
that
It
wasn't
was
there. But feeling
right.
longingness, feeling a fondness, feeling a sense of deep love, admiration, and appreciation of beauty. But there was no sexual attraction in that sense.
Duly noted. And so when you said that, you and your best friend had mutual feelings for each other, I mean, did you ever consider like the risk it would, because sometimes when you dating a best friend, that can really, you know, it could kind of be messy, So did that
Yeah.
happen for you? Yeah.
Well, what he's actually still my best friend to today.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah. So we kind of talk to each other, and the one thing that we always wanted to maintain was that sense of friendship because
Yes.
he became the one person that I could tell anything to, and vice versa. And we kind of really just told each other that if we knew that it wouldn't work out, to if we could salvage that, that was the core basis of what mattered most is having that bond, that closeness, and that friendship. Just like my family, I did take time apart. We did grow, apart, but life tends to bring people who are meant to be around each other into each other's stratospheres, and it's been over, oh God, like almost 25 years. It makes me feel
Wow.
old. But yeah, so he's still to today the closest person in my entire life.
Nice. I love that. And so you said that, y'all had a relationship prior to you coming out. So what was that? What did that look like to you? Like, can you walk us through
But
that?
just like all the boys in high school, freshman year, he thought that he was going to kind of just pick on me. But by then, I was a pardon my language, but like give no shits, give no fucks, and
Mhm.
I try it. I'm one of five boys. I will whip your ass as
Oh,
a
don't get it
five,
twisted.
six,
Yeah,
100 pound soaking wet little Latin boy,
don't let it fool you.
flamingo, flamingo. Just
Yeah,
I was still gonna whip you because I grew up in very tough places and I knew how to handle my business.
yeah, you had hands. Yeah,
so
you had hands.
so that and I grew up with a sense of sass. Like nobody's going to disrespect me. The what I saw in movies as far as the getting bullied, that was not going to be me. I was if I
Mhm.
was going to I was going to be the rebel that was going to change the system. And luckily, my school didn't really that we didn't have like that jock nerd kind of mentality. We were all just kind of communing together and like everyone was a part of it, a little bit of everything. And that was our school, our year, at least our high school year. We were very different. We cared more about our studies, getting our GPAs, getting the hell up out of that school, and just living our lives.
Yeah,
So
right. And so I'm glad that there was no static, so to speak.
yeah, I feel like I skipped all the norms of being a homosexual or all the troubles because I just was like, try it and you'll find out. Um, you respect me like I respect you and go about your business. If you don't like what you see, just keep moving
Right.
as I will do myself. And
Yes.
that kind of worked out for me. Plus, I was friends with all the popular girls in school. No man was going to try it with me because I knew that they would never get no dates. I controlled the dating scene in high school, so
Got it.
uh, that was my arena. Like the girls, I was like, nope, not that one. He's our jerk.
Uh, so you knew what you wanted. So speaking of that, like, what are your preferences? What do you want in a mate, in a person?
Someone who can make me laugh. That's like number one, and somebody who I can communicate with. Um, somebody who I can trust. Somebody I can, equal parts be at home, but be adventurous.
Yes.
Somebody who has goals for themselves and just wants to be an extension of my happiness and not the reason for my happiness.
Mm. Yeah, say that one more time for the people in the back, please.
I want somebody who's going to be who wants to be an extension of my happiness and not the reason for my happiness.
That's so important. That's why I want you to repeat that. That is so important because I think we miss that. No, a lot of us miss that. When we in relationships, we're so focused on making the other person happy. I just want to
That
make
you
you happy.
forget who you are, what you want, and
Right.
and
No, right.
there's
That's
certain compromises that are beautiful, and there's certain compromises that are damaging for
mm,
both sense of self, the mental and in physical well being. So a person should never complete you.
yes. I agree. And so now did you find that person yet? Are you still searching? Are you still dating?
I'm still looking for the right credit score to come along.
Mm.
No, at this point in my life, I'm focusing on what makes me happy, my career, pageants, and getting what I really want out of life. If a relationship happens, it'll come along, and I want it to come along organically,
Yes.
versus seeing out there and searching. Because I feel like at this point now, it's uh like a job interview, and nobody got time for that.
Mm.
You hiring? Hire me. If it works, then it works. There shouldn't be all this
Uh,
searching and searching and searching.
right, right.
Financially, my heart is full, just as it is.
Okay.
So, but if it happens, then I'm all for it. And I'm old fashioned, so I'm like, court me. Like,
Yes.
do the whole shebang. I want the notebook experience. I know that that's very
No,
dramatic, but
no, I get it. I get it. No, I mean,
I want somebody who's, going to be there with me and like we get to experience and build a life. That's what I want.
Yes, and we want that for you too. Yes, you know, yes, I we
Yeah.
want that for you too. But in the meantime, it's nothing more, like I said, it's just enjoying the dating life, just getting to know different people because that's where it starts too, just, no ties, yet, you just
It's
go
a lot
enjoy.
harder for community now, though.
It is hard. Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
social media has definitely ruined a lot of the social interactions that we used to have and cherish and don't really think much about anymore.
Oh, and okay, so I get your point, but can you elaborate on why you feel that way?
Because boys don't, men, boys, y'all need to learn how to communicate. Y'all are so, you're different people on the end of a screen or an end of a computer than you are in person. People are afraid to talk to people. People are afraid to get to know people. We've built these lives and these characters on social media and these presences to make everyone look the best that they can possibly be. But at the end of the day, we have our good, we have our bad, and nobody celebrates the bad, and so nobody
Mm,
posts really the bad. Um,
right.
but we've lost that sense of connection that is, I feel like, so pivotal, um, especially. I don't know about you, but I remember going out to the club. I remember dancing all night long. I remember you
Mhm.
just you bop into the person next to you, and hey, that may be the one for the day. It might be the one for life. You never know, but you have those experiences, and I feel like the bars and everything, it's not the same. Everyone's on their phones. Everyone's taking pictures and
True.
not living,
Yes.
not dancing, not enjoying. They're just creating false or not. They're just not in the moment. And I
Right.
want you to
Yes.
be the present with me. Put down your phone. I hate
Yes.
having my phone um, on me when I'm at home. It is put away. I'm one of the hardest people to get a hold of because I just don't like being on it. Um, I carry it around because for emergencies. That's why I pay
Right.
that bill. When the 911 needs to be hit, I want to make sure that I have that phone fully charged. But but besides that, I like living life, and
Yeah.
people forget we lived a whole life without all this technology before.
True. True. Because nowadays everybody feel like you can build a relationship through texting, and
Yeah,
that's
it's
not the way
not
it
real.
works.
You
Can't
don't
do
get
that.
the feeling. You won't
You
get my
no,
sarcasm through
there's
the
no
text
connection.
message.
Right.
Unless I give you
Yeah,
emoji.
there's no connection. There's no connection. You're not gonna be able to have those moments with each other. There's no
Especially if the
intimacy.
autocorrect messes up the speech.
Yeah, right. I mean, you can't get, there's no sense of intimacy. There's no sense of connection at all. Like you
Yeah,
have
so
to.
we've
Yeah.
become a little bit colder and a little bit more desensitized to
Mhm.
the sense of romance, and
Yeah. Yeah.
that's where my heart lives. I love a good old fashioned romance.
Oh. Yeah. 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 So yeah, but I mean, people are listening. You never know who's watching, Victoria. You never know. Your soulmate might be watching. So you just never know. Your person might be
I'm
right out
ready to
there.
hurry the
Yes.
hell up. No.
Yeah, Yeah, so I want to getting into this because I mean we got into the whole idea of dating and how it is right now navigating in the community with the LGBT community how what it's like for you and your perspective on that. So I want to play this video and I mean make sure I put up my fair use. So I want to put up this video and I don't know if you saw EJ Johnson's interview with Carlos King and he was talking about him preference for straight men, him being a gay man and his preference for straight men. And I really wanted to say this for you, and I wanted to get your reaction to
Okay.
this, to that, because I mean, it's because I'm learning it's still a lot because I'm thinking, well, in my mind, I'm like, okay, if you're saying that you have a preference for straight men, I'm like, what type of straight man are you dealing with? Are they bisexual? Are they also gay? I know there's some men who are fluid. There are straight men who are fluid.
Mhm.
They want to explore that. So I just want to get your take on that because, like I said, maybe it's something I'm missing because unless he's talking about those who are on the DL, who,
Uh-huh.
and he doesn't, mind those type of straight men who are not, forward with who they are. But then is that something that you're willing to participate in that type of situation? Like, are you, are you okay with that? So That's the thing. I just
For
wanted to
me,
kind of
I
keep
would
it
never want to be hidden in the dark.
right.
I
Yeah.
want you to hold my hand out in public. And I don't want you to fear or be afraid to love me in front of anybody,
Mm,
because my love is eternal. My love is strong. My love is unyielding, and I want that in return. So I don't think I could be with somebody like that.
yeah. So let me get you. It's gonna be like faster speed. You
Hmm.
know. Let me see. Let me keep this up. And so and then whenever you want me to if there's any time you want me to pause to add your perspective on something, let me know as well.
Okay.
All righty.
Are you dating now? I am outside. Definitely outside. I had to get a little more serious though, I think, in this new year for sure. I think before I was kind of just like enjoying myself and kind of just like dating to date, but now I'm being much more strategic about it. And it's like if we're not actually going to enter into a relationship, then
I'm not
and I
getting
think
any
that's where you have to put
sound.
the boundaries up with the so-called straight guys, because they'll just try to like put you off to the side or like keep you in the dark, and like I'm not living in the shadows anymore.
Have you ever dated somebody that was DL?
Sure, for sure. I think at the time it's just like you just are like, oh well, I'm just trying to be respectful, but really you're not doing yourself any respect.
Were they married?
No, I've
Okay.
never dated a married man or anybody in a relationship.
Okay.
It's just like they just weren't ready to come to terms with whatever they were
Yeah,
doing.
for some
But that's
reason
what I'm
I
saying. I don't
can't
need you to
hear it
come out
on
or
my
anything, but
end.
it's like I'm not gonna be
Okay.
hidden. So
You want me to slow it down? You need me to slow it down, Victoria?
We can see if that maybe makes the sound come on, because
Oh,
when you put
you
it,
said the volume. Oh, you can't hear it.
yeah.
Okay. Let me see if because I don't know. I have it up. Let me see. All right. I know I got it at the highest. So let me see. Let me also let me maybe listen to speed a little bit. Okay. Let's try now.
there's that, and just having that self-respect and just knowing that. But it's made everything a lot easier, for sure.
Have you ever been in love?
Yeah,
I think like
I'm
probably at the
sorry,
time I
I'm not
thought so,
getting
but
any
not like
sound.
now that I'm actually like emotionally available and
Oh, you still can't hear it?
No,
Oh, really? Oh, yes. I tried to put the mic on the speaker, trying to see. Oh, you didn't hear it at all?
no.
Hmm. Oh goodness. Because I really wanted your take on this. Okay. Yes, I was trying to put like the speaker on like on the on the microphone. I tried to is
Yeah,
it
but I feel like when it comes to anyone's sexuality, I don't I try not to think of putting a label. I think it's just from my upbringing, and my mom just always saying, it doesn't matter what a person is as long as they live their life and they're being good people and kind to others. And who you love is who you love. And then I think as a person, you can fall in love with anybody. Really, I would never ever in my life think that I could never fall in love with a woman, and find more of an emotional connection that would possibly lead to something else. Um, but you know, we as people are, we have our natural attractions and things of that nature. So I try not to rule that out. I think um, straight men and a lot of gay men in general have the sense of what is masculinity, and being super masculine, or and in the gay community, like they call it, mask for mask, uh,
mm,
and the thought of femininity as a negative in that sense. It's kind of puzzling to me,
oh,
just due to the fact that being raised by primarily women, strong, independent women. They taught me what it was to be a man, to handle my business, to be able to provide, to be able to teach and learn and grow, and and be able to pass that on. I feel like that is what a man or any adult should be.
mm,
And someone who handles their business, who takes care of their families, who um, contributes to society. Um, but it's still being a good person. Like all
right.
those things are being a man. All those things are also masculine, but I embrace my femininity. I embrace my masculinity. I embrace me being a well-rounded, full person. And I feel like if we kind of stopped caring so much about those barriers and those thought processes, people will find more in common with each other.
Yeah, okay, and well said. But God, I wish you could have heard because I know somebody else said they couldn't hear anything either. You couldn't hear anything at all? Nothing?
No,
Wow,
and I
that's
was
crazy.
trying. Like you said, we
Yeah,
just
I know.
switching my mind, see if I could hear
Oh,
anything.
I'm so sorry. I am so
But it's
sorry. I
something
really
we would look up. So, and
yeah,
maybe
yeah,
maybe if we have another one that we can go
yes,
back and talk
absolutely.
about it.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that you'll be back. Okay. Yeah, so let me ask you, Victoria. So we covered so much, and I think I said I thank you so much for sharing. You share so much with me, and I really enjoyed every minute moment of it. So I want to know what's next for you. What do you know, what do you see yourself doing in the near future? Like, what's going on next for you?
Well, if Drag Race doesn't work out, because it's one of those things. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. My life still moves on. I would love to pursue possibly acting, um,
Oh, okay.
uh, continue on with drag and pageantry. I have my reign as national showgirl and my give ups in November in Dallas, Texas, where I won originally, and I'm both equal parts excited and sad because it was a goal that I really wanted to achieve that I competed before about 8 years ago and or
Mm-mm.
9 years now, and was finally able to achieve last year in November. So that's my main focus as far as like my regular day to day shows and things, um, and just traveling, promoting the system. Next weekend, I will be in Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, for the Miss Black America pageant, where I get to walk in their
Oh,
national walk. So
okay. Oh, I might just come and see you. Okay. I'm in Atlanta
yeah.
now. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yes.
Oh, so you said what's the name of the place? The name of the venue?
Um, Lord, I don't have it on the top of my head, but I know the system is the Miss Black America pageantry system, and I'm going to represent my title during their walk of recognition. So
Yeah. Oh, nice. Oh yeah, Joy Barnes is she's rooting for you for this drag race. She said, "Drag race producers, are you listening? Call her, watch the tapes. You have them, please and thank you." Yeah, like, they're
yes,
rooting for
please
you. They are
do.
rooting for you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, Victoria, I want to do a little fun with you. I want to, you
Mhm.
know, I want to get to just a little bit of fun, just a little bit of this or that.
Okay.
Here they come, yo. Here they come.
So this or that. So I'm just coming with random stuff, and you have to choose one or the other. You can't plead the fifth, and you can't choose both.
Okay.
But one or the other. Okay. All right. So, mustard or ketchup?
Mustard.
Okay. RuPaul or Shangela?
RuPaul.
Okay. Um, I know you said you like the sparkles, but I don't know. I hope you don't be biased, but rhinestones or pearls, diamonds or pearls?
Diamonds, rhinestones. Because they come in more colors, more
Oh,
variety,
right.
more styles.
The bling. Okay, you want the bling. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, Robin Thicke or John B? You familiar?
Because I don't know John, I'm going to pick what was the
Robin
first
Thicke.
answer? Robin
Robin
Thicke.
Thicke.
Because
Uh,
I like some of his songs.
okay. Well, just so you know, somebody said Shangela. Okay. So that John B, he's known for don't listen to what people say. They don't know about you and me. Put it out your mind, cause it's jealousy. They don't know about this here.
Okay, no, I know the song, yes. But I probably would still pick Robert Thicke.
Okay. All right. So, speaking of Robert Thicke, so Growing Pains or Full House? I just use because Robert Thicke, his
Growing
father's
Pains.
shows. Yes, his father's on that show. So I said to go ahead and use that. So
Growing
Growing
Pains. Yes.
Okay. All right. So okay, with that, as far as sitcoms go, Hanging with Mr. Cooper or the Steve Harvey Show?
Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Okay,
That
now
was so funny.
Beyonce or Rihanna?
Oh, um, um, that's you're trying to get me in trouble with the world.
I said it. I said it.
Okay, I'm gonna do this diplomatically.
No.
Because I perform more Rihanna, I'm gonna say Rihanna because
Okay.
she's my bread and butter right now.
Okay. Duly noted. See, that's all right. We still love Beyonce. We still love
But we
Beyonce.
still love Queen Bee.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so ice cream, chocolate or vanilla?
Vanilla, because it's more versatile.
Why you say that?
Because everything almost goes good with vanilla.
Oh,
All the toppings. Not
mm,
everything goes well with chocolate.
true. That's true. Yeah, and I don't like chocolate ice cream, but
I love good toppings.
toppings. Okay. Now, frozen yogurt or sorbet.
Frozen yogurt.
Okay. Now if you have to choose, like, okay, let me give you this one. I don't know if you perform because I want to ask you what, as far as what you prefer to perform to, not just the artist and your favorite artist, but who,
Like genre?
which two artists would you prefer to perform to? That's what. Okay, so now I'm gonna give you the choices. I'm elaborate a little bit more, but I'm gonna give you the choices. Okay, I'm hoping that you did perform to these people. Now I know you said that you're well versed in your music, so you perform. Let me ask you this before I ask. What do you perform to the most? House music, R&B, dance, like hip hop, like what genre of music do you perform the most to? So that kind of help me
I'm a
along.
grunge and I'm a kind of like a throwback queen. A lot of
Okay.
pop, like 90s,
Okay.
early 2000s, kind of pop music. Top 100, top 200s,
Okay.
high,
So
a lot of high energy. That's what I normally do at Mary's.
right,
When I
right.
work in other places, I kind of mix and mingle. I like to do a lot of high energy, sometimes sexy. I like to do more comedy stuff, but I love to perform a good ballad, a good power ballad, or a little bit of R&B.
Oh,
I
okay.
love I love to kind of just open my soul to everybody in that moment and be
Oh, I got
glamorous at the same time.
now. Who would you? Oh, like what would you prefer? Like you had a preference to perform to? Would it be the remix to "It's Not Right but It's Okay" or the remix to "How Did You Get Here" by Deborah Cox? It's not. It's not right, but it's okay. Remix by Whitney Houston or remix to "Nobody's Supposed to Be Here" by Deborah Cox.
Deborah Cox, the house down.
Okay.
God, that's a moment. That's a vibe that I can feel
Yeah.
it.
Did you perform for both? Did you perform for the "It's Not Right but It's Okay" remix? Did you ever perform that for that?
I have done it once before, but I
Okay.
do perform Deborah Cox more often.
Oh, okay. More. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. She
Yes,
does have more. She does have more of the house type of music. Yeah.
yes, because
Yeah.
we love Deborah Cox. She has not betrayed us yet, so
No, right. And I still think she don't get the flowers that she deserves. So yes, we
no,
got
she does not get the flowers, and she's still
yeah,
traveling in prides across the
yes,
country. So if you see her, you go and support her.
yes. Go ahead and support. Exactly.
Yes, we
Now,
should support
exactly. Yeah. So America's Got Talent or American Idol?
America's Got Talent.
Okay. Did you watch both?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I want to make
I
sure.
watched the early seasons of American Idol, but I love America Got Talent because there's more variety. So it's not the same always format, and I find it's more fun that way.
Okay. Okay. So now, I'm gonna do a different twist here. Who would you F and who would you marry? Who would you F? Who would you marry?
Okay.
Would it be would it be Ricky Martin or Morris Chestnut?
F. Morris, marry Ricky Martin. Because at the
Why?
same time, I get to do both.
Oh,
You know, I look at the glass always half full.
oh my God! And you were saying the dread. Did you enjoy that? Did you enjoy that?
What was that?
Did you enjoy that?
Oh yes, that was a good thought process.
Yeah. So these are two questions I love to ask. Before we wrap up, these are two questions I love to ask. And I look forward to your responses. So now, if you had the opportunity to have 5 people at the seat of your table, dead or alive, who would they be and why? I need the why for each one that you pick.
Oh, one of my grandmothers.
Why?
I miss her laughter and her
Which one?
hug.
Your
Yeah.
maternal grandma? Oh,
Yes, I miss her laughter. I miss her hugs. I miss the way she used to call my childhood nickname. She had the highest kind of pitched voice when she was happy, and when
oh.
her voice went lower, we're like, "Ooh, don't mess with her today." Um, so that's one. Two, Martin Luther King, because that strength, that sense of unyielding justice and heart and conviction is needed, especially right now in today's times.
Yeah, good answer. A lot of people choose Martin as well. Yeah, a lot of people choose Martin.
This is hard
I know. And it
because
can change.
I don't think about things like this.
I know.
Um,
I know.
Whitney Houston, because her music changed lives. It's music to everyone's generation, and I feel like she had still so much more to give, and
Yeah.
that we all could just appreciate and
Mhm.
cherish and bring more memories and family together. Um, I don't know. Like my brain is drawing a blank. I'm trying to think from like all different perspectives and
Yeah, like I said,
whatnot
it could be dead or alive.
into my table. My mom, because she deserves everything good. So if it's a table with something good's happening, I want her always there. And and probably my best friend Jesse, who was my ex.
Aw.
Because no matter what, it's not a party without him.
Oh, nice. All right. And so now, and there's the other parts of this question. So, who would get the big piece of chicken and why?
My mama, because she's my mama. And
She said
I'm
because she's
always
the
gonna
mom.
make sure that she's provided for.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, yeah, that goes without saying.
I'm
You've been.
probably the type of person that would probably pick last, just to make sure everyone else is fed.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Based on what you're telling me, yeah, I can see.
And people go, yeah, well, I'm not sure, but if those who really know me know that's kind of really the
Yeah,
case.
yeah, I can see that. Just based on my talking with you, I can see that.
Yeah, because I'm
So
like,
now,
as long as there's one left for me, y'all have at what you
you
want.
have it. Right, right. As long as I get my share, as long as I get my share. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right, I love that. I love that. So now this question, I take from the late James Lipton from Inside the Actor Studio. So, Victoria Mateo, when you enter into the pearly gates, what would you want God to say?
Did you live a life that you can be proud of? Honestly.
Okay.
And that's what I'm trying to do every day. Live a life that I can just be proud of. Not for anybody else but myself.
Yes. The self, I mean, proud of oneself, and that's where it starts because then, even if people, even those who may not see it for you or may hate on you, it might rub off on you, that self-confidence, that self-awareness. They have
And
no choice.
I don't, yeah, I
Yeah.
don't try to live my life with self confidence.
Yeah.
I generally try to live my life with empathy. Um,
Mm,
those who know of struggle never want to see others struggle. Um, and I always want to see people succeed, no matter whether it's in, if it, if it goes above me in that
mhm.
sense, because what's mine is mine, and what's not is not. And what will be for me will be for me. So I always can congratulate somebody else when they succeed, because everyone else has goals. Everyone, you know, you always don't have to think just solely about yourself. But just
Right.
that's a part of having the human experience, and living a life of humility, but living like a good life. Being happy that other people are succeeding doesn't take from you.
True. True.
And that's something I've always lived by. I never really got jealous of people who I saw that were more well off or fortunate. It's like, because their experiences are not mine, and mine are not theirs, and maybe they be not happy with what they have. So I'm fortunate for what I have. I'm grateful for what I have, and the family that I have, and the life that I'm living. And anything else is just an extra blessing on top of that. So I really do try to live in the sense of gratitude, and just my life could be worse, and it's something that we're right now I'm proud of. I'm proud of what I've been able to accomplish. I'm proud of where I am in life, and I'm excited to see where else it goes.
Me too. I mean, I hope that, and I just really hope that I'm able to experience some more of that because I really do admire the level of empathy, like you said, and also just being able to just live your best life and just be I know you didn't, you said self-confidence, but you are confident in how content you are with your life right now. So I
Yeah.
really enjoy, yeah, right. So I just enjoy your journey, like the journey that you shared. And I know we scratched the surface, but it was just enough that was needed for us to really kind of, give some of the girls and some of the kids what they aspire to,
Yeah.
can aspire to do,
Every
you know?
every day that I get to perform, I get to bring happiness and joy to other people's lives,
Yes.
doing something that also brings joy to my life, and maybe give that person an escape for just a good 90, 75 minutes. Um, and I don't take for granted the fact that people pay to come and see me do what I love doing, and that never escapes my mind. And that's a sense of humility, um, and gratitude in that, and appreciation. And so, like, I just feel fulfilled, and just in that sense alone. And I can make a living doing what I love.
You're
It's a
doing
very
that.
humbling and appreciative feeling. So with how I grew up, I learned to take the little things and turn them into the biggest things, because sometimes those are the most important.
Yes, it's such abundance, and so
Yeah.
for that, and for me, to express my appreciation, I want to give you your flowers, while you're here,
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Before we go our part ways, Victoria Mateo, do you have any final words for us?
This was a super fun experience. I
Yeah,
would definitely love to do it again.
we will.
And to leave everybody with just the words of, be kinder to yourselves. You know, yes, be kind to others, but be kind to yourself. Give yourself grace. Give yourself credit. You're here. You're living life, and don't let life live you. Have the experiences that you really truly want, and don't wait till later, because now is the time. Because you may not have later, and later may not look how you want it to, but as
True.
long as you're living it right now, at least you're having it, and you can shape it however you like. So just be kinder to yourselves. Damn it.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, you have just witnessed the you just been in presence of Victoria Mateo. Yes. I thank you so much again. This has been, like I said, a great experience for me. Thank you so much for sitting with me. I really
No,
appreciate
thank you. This was
Yes.
wonderful.
And and God bless you.
And you as well.
All
And
right.
to all you out there,
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, Victoria. Have a good one.
and you as well.
All right. Yes. Oh, sorry. I'll do that again. Thank you. I didn't want to miss it. Thank you so much. And thank you so much. That was Victoria Mateo in the building. And I really hope that you receive, whether you, like I said, whether you was watching in real time or whether you watched the replay or you was looking in the bushes back and forth. I really hope that you use Victoria's journey as an inspiration to just live out loud and be true to yourself. I mean, because she's just been living her truth for a long time now. So we need to learn from that and just kind of just use that as a level of evolution that we all need to have. So I just really appreciate her sharing her journey and just really spending this time with us because it wasn't taken for granted. I really received wholeheartedly everything that she shared with us. And so I really appreciate that. Like I said, I just been so blessed to learn so much from every individual that I interview with. So shout out to Victoria Mateo and shout out to all the other drag queens and out there. Shout out to Hamburger Marys. Make sure that you check her out there and all the other performers as well. And everyone that that's too afraid or too inhibited to live within their truth, just take from Victoria's experience and know that it is okay. You're gonna be okay. All right, you're gonna be okay. So make sure that you do. Matter of fact, make sure you do what my man Calvin Michaels says here.
Like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, you gotta like, share, and subscribe.
Oh, I like that.
If you like the content,
Yes,
share
I
and
like that.
subscribe. Oh,
Yeah.
you got to like, share, and subscribe.